Hey everybody, it's Blake. Welcome to Vlogtober day number 27. I'm here with my friends still. Here's Sam and Jennifer and Kiana. And we're doing some super fun Halloween activities today. We are going to a haunted tea house. We're gonna go have a nice little tea there. Then we're going on a Halloween Town village visit, and then we're doing a ghost walk. So definitely stay tuned for all the exciting things we're doing today. It's gonna be so much fun. Gotta go get dressed up in a nice black attire for the treacherous tea, so stay tuned to see how that goes. So we're here now in this little town. It's called Fort Langley. It's like the cutest town ever. It's so folly and adorable. Right over there is a cute cemetery that I love. It's one of my favorite cemeteries I've ever been to. And this is a house that they use in the Disney movie Spooky Buddies. If you guys have seen that one before, they use that in the movie, so that's really cool. And then we're going to this tea house now. It's haunted, so I'll see if I can tell you guys any stories when we're inside and see if there's any experiences or anything. There's a girl that lives in there. She's obviously a ghost now, but she traps teenage girls in rooms and stuff and locks doors on them and slams doors and stuff, so hopefully something can happen to these guys. So let's go inside and see what happens. So here's the place we're coming up to right now, called the Little White House Salon Cafe. And they have tea and everything. This is where we're going for the tea. It's a haunted house. It used to be an actual house back in the olden days, but then they converted it into a tea house. There's like a restaurant. You can actually go in there and buy stuff. So super excited to be here. Look at that witch out there. So we're inside the house now. I don't know if you guys can see. Here it is. Treacherous tea. Super excited for this. Let's see where we go. Cafe this way, you guys. Come on. So scared. She's so scared. Okay, so apparently you have to make reservations at the tea house. So we booked a reservation there for 4:30, and now we're going here to this little diner. I guess it's like a 50s themed diner. So we're gonna go in here, have a little snack or something so we can go back for a reservation there, and then we're gonna go to cemetery after that. So it's gonna be so scary and fun. So we're in the diner now, just ordered our food, and they actually have a whole bunch of jukeboxes around. So we're gonna play Lollipop. Where do we put our money in?
8.
Insert money, and then J. Did I do it? I don't know if I did it. They brought me a milkshake. So yummy, excited. It's vanilla milkshake. And I also ordered a turkey croissant. And it goes like cranberries and mayo and everything. So hopefully that's delicious. How's your chocolate shake? Good. Yeah. So they brought me my croissant now. Look how good it looks. And I got it with potato salad. And then Sam and Jen got burgers and Kiana got a clubhouse sandwich. So super excited to eat this food and then go to the graveyard and then go for tea. So we finished our food. It was delicious. Super excited to go to the cemetery. I love it. I know a bunch of ghost stories. I love this town. It's absolutely adorable. Like all the stuff in here, all the little buildings are also like heritage-y, and there's the library that was also in Spooky Buddies if you guys have seen that one. So there's a couple nice filming locations we have there. It's super cool. So here we are now in the Fort Langley Cemetery. Super cool. We're gonna head over to these trees so I can tell the girls a little ghost story from one of the ghost walks that I've learned here the past couple years that I've been. And there's another place over there that I can also tell them about. So here's these huge trees. And as I said before, I'm not gonna tell you guys all this stuff now because I'm going on the ghost walk again on Tuesday night. So you guys will hopefully be able to hear all that stuff then, so I don't have to repeat it all. So here we go, fun in the cemetery. So we're exiting the cemetery now. Let my friends know some really cool ghost stories. And now we're gonna head over to the tea house for a reservation with tea and desserts. We're really excited for that. Yay. It's so cute and folly. Look at all the leaves. I love it. Back at the tea house now for our reservation. So excited for some haunted tea and desserts. Am I walking in? Okay, so here we are now at our seat at our little table. Look at that thing. So cute. It says beware, beware Jen. And a glittery candlestick. So cute. So they brought us our tea now. It is a creme de la Earl Grey here, which is like this Little White House Cafe specialty. So never tried this before, but I'm really excited to. And they also sell loose leaf tea around here somewhere, and have like an Alice in Wonderland one, which I'm really curious about because it's curiouser and curious out here. So I think I should try that one as well. Okay, so I'm gonna pour my tea now. The delicious creme de la Earl Grey. Well, this is like, and then watch this. I want cream. But she doesn't realize that I'm walking on eggshells. She doesn't walk on eggshells. She doesn't realize why. For her, wow, isn't that neat? So they just brought us our snack tray now. We have savory stuff and then it works up to sweets. So we have a whole bunch of delicious things down here. And there's some other stuff here, and then all the desserts, the macarons, the cookies, the pumpkin cupcakes. It all looks delicious. So excited for all of it. So we've successfully tried everything on our trays. Don't mind my nice bitten food. They took the tray away, and now we're just finishing up. I can't eat any more though. After that croissant that I had for lunch and everything, I'll just take this home. I'm getting a to-go container, so I'll be able to use that. But it's absolutely delicious. And did you guys love it? Yeah? Good. Kiana's in the bathroom. The tea house is actually inside this person's house, as you can tell. It used to be a house at one point, but now it's a store. So they sell lots of amazing stuff. It's a really cute cafe. They have a whole bunch of merchandise and bedding and clothing and everything you can imagine. And there's an upstairs where there's actually said to be a spirit who lives here, who like locks girls in rooms and stuff and closes doors. And I just talked to one of the workers here and they said that they had a little boy in here a couple weeks ago who was here with his mother for lunch or whatever. He was staring at himself in the mirror and saying that there was somebody watching him, and the girl was like, oh my gosh, but she didn't say anything. But the mom was like, oh, just stop being so silly. But she says that it actually happens, so it's really scary. Now we're going up the stairs to see if there's anything up here. Hopefully we can find the spirit. Ooh, soaps. Yes, you're right. So I'm in this one room, and there's a really short closet, and look, there's an attic up there or something, but really creepy. Let's see if we can find the spirit. In this back room here, she's supposed to be. So there it is, the White House Cafe. It was an amazing little dessert and lunch thing we had, and the tea was amazing. If you live near any little tea houses like this, you should definitely go check them out because they often do high teas and stuff, and this treacherous tea was amazing today. And now we are off to do a ghost walk and go visit the little haunted village. So hopefully we have as much fun there as we did here. Okay, so it's really dark. I'm not sure if you guys can see us now. We're here at the museum where we go in. It's like a giant Halloween town, so I'll definitely film some of that, guys. Hopefully there's light that you guys can actually see, though. So we have some witches here. Hi, Sam and Kiana. Kiana's the sleepy witch today. But yeah, so I don't know if you can see their hats. Yeah. Kiana's just wearing mine until we get inside, and then I'll put it on. There's a person in the costume. I don't know what she is, but it's scary. But she's wearing glasses, so she can't be a real ghost because ghosts don't wear glasses.
Are you missing a wedding?
So we're inside now, just bought our tickets. We got these super cool Halloween wristbands for the ticket thing. And then here we come in here, there's a ghost guy. And then there's a whole bunch of witches and everything. Super excited to go in, shop all around at all the old village things and visit all the creepy stores and stuff. So excited to do this, and hopefully you guys can see. I'll be able to film stuff. I really hope you guys can see though, because it's gonna be really dark, but I'll try my best to film as much as I can. So we got our map of the haunted village, and then we have all this cool displayed stuff over here. Lots of scary fog and everything. Super spooky. So we have this super cool lighted path that we're walking down now to go to the farmhouse. We don't know what's there, but we're gonna go visit and see what creatures lurk over there in the dark. Fiona's scared. So all the children over there are getting their candy, but because we're adults, we can't get the free candy, which is kind of silly, but we go look at this haunted house. So cute. There's these weird ghosts inside this house, which is pretty creepy. I don't like it. And there's these women handing out candy. I wish we could get stuff. That would be so much better. There's a giant scarecrow over here, which is really cool. It's like luring people in to go visit him. So you guys probably can't see that well, but there's these things here where you can measure yourself for what size coffin you need, and there's also a thing that you can put your head in your hands in so you can be executed. There's a scary person in that window. There's a grave scene over here, which is pretty neat. Here's something I really like, this creepy church, which is really fun.
On the floor?
Yeah.
So we're inside the train station room now, and they made the train all nice and decorated for Halloween, which is pretty cool. Some spiderweb, well, not some spiderwebs, a whole bunch of spiderwebs in there. And there's some stuff over here on this side. Oh, I think that's a vampire or something. Look how cool. So we're here at the barber shop now. It's pretty grotesque, but it's neat. I think you chopped his head off.
Me too.
Oopsie.
Everyone stretch your arms!
So that's the dance. And then we have over here, there's a studio for photography. And then there's a general store. And there's a cafe or something. There's a bakery. There's automobile supplies. There's a weird ghost thing. Ghost on stilts. I don't know if that's possible, but okay. And there's an auto repair shop, and there's some little buildings there. There's a newspaper store here. Some stuff down there. Some other stuff there. Ooh, spiders. This is the Folly Pit. Come play with sounds. Ew, there's a body in there. Over here is the Royal Bank, but this one is the Blood Bank, so it's vampires here.
Not me!
Seems really fun. Some vampire stuff.
Oh my god!
This is somebody's little cabin that has like a bunch of weird dead body parts and stuff. There's like a foot and a skull and everything. And I have no idea what that thing is. It's like a bag of bones, I think. And there's more bags of bones up there. And they're cooking some soup or something on the stove with bones. And then in the sink, there's some bones. Really weird TV projection thing. They have this super cool like, music room where there's these skeletons and, I don't know, monster or something playing the piano, so that's fun. And apparently they do voice lessons in here. Or I guess they did it back in like the 1930s and 40s. Whatever time period this is supposed to be set in. So they have this super cool bakery in here. And they have all this weird stuff. They have like brownies with eyeballs on them and brownies with bones on them, I guess. Which is pretty cool. And then over here they have like the baker's shop where he's baking stuff, which looks disgusting, but I mean, maybe some people like it. There's a bunch of cakes over there in that giant bin. Nice. So here's the front of the bakery. So they have these super cool ghosts all up here, which are actually kind of scary since they're like mannequin heads, but I mean, that's fine. And then there's this general store. Hi. Ghostly gauze. Fabric so fine you will never be seen. In colors of alabaster, ashen, and the always popular bone. There's a bunch of super cool stuff in this window here. They have Spectre brand dehydrated snails. And then if you're not using your hand, they can jar it for you. There's some graveyard dirt. They have corpse coins and snake oil. They have pure slime, some moonbeams, and if you're feeling invisible, you can take a human skull along on your next hunting trip. So that's cool, and they have a nice jar of blood over there. Now I'm inside the general store, and they have a whole bunch of tools and stuff, which isn't that exciting, but I mean, I guess it was back in the olden days. I have no idea what any of this stuff is. There's some ghosts up there. Tobacco. Syrup. Kellogg's cornflakes. They had cornflakes back in the olden days too. Neat. And they have this really cool newspaper article from the Pyramid Post in one of these windows here for fashion trends for witch hats. So if you're mad about hats, definitely check out these trends because that's what's new for witch hats, I guess. Okay, so now we're inside this cafe here, sitting down for a little bit. The next dance starts in like 2 minutes, so I'll show you guys around in here. Super nice and Halloweenish, and they have a whole bunch of different food items and everything. It's all like Halloween food, so it'll be fun. Yeah. All the kids getting ready for the whole dance. So cute.
Are you ready to lead the dance?
Absolutely can't.
Are you all ready to shake your bones? Good.
Are you ready to dance? Oh, I see. I'm ready to dance. South America!
Are you ready?
I wish my clothes would light up.
When you go from the store to the back, you'll see there's quite a groove in the floor, and that's from people walking back and forth to the postal wicket. So you see the wear in the floor? All worn out from people walking back and forth. They gave candy to children and had toys for them to play with. Now, nowadays, we would raise an eyebrow at that. And tell the children, dear, move to the other side of the street when you go past, right? No, back then he was just a nice old man that gave candy to children and had toys for them to play with. He was well loved and well respected in the neighborhood. Anyway, so the gentlemen that were in here used to, you know, love to talk to the children and give candies to the children and show them the toys that they could play with and things. But they also felt that they weren't alone when they were in here. Now, one of them thought that it was Tom that was here. They thought he'd lived here so long he didn't really want to leave. The other one thought it was Bob that was here because he hadn't had a chance to live here long enough. So no matter who it was, they would hear footsteps. They would hear banging in the back room, things like that. Nothing that was untoward. Now, the interesting thing is we've been doing this tour, as I say, for 10 years. And I would say the first 7 or 8 years we did this tour, this was just a nice bachelor's house that we went in, took a look, and left. Very few people mentioned anything to us. The last 2 to 3 years, we've had a lot of people have felt uncomfortable in here. I used to love being in Tommy's, but we have some volunteers that are so uncomfortable they won't staff it.
Inside the church now. That's so scary.
Be around that loved one 24 hours a day for 3 days in the hopes that your loved one might actually wake up. Now, if your loved one didn't wake up, of course, then you would get ready.
I knew it was a real person.
Lay them to rest.
I think that's real.
Now, you notice we had a small church cemetery out here.
It's so creepy.
Now, a lot of old churches have very small graveyards, and if you go there, you'll notice that there are headstones along the outside fence and along the edge of the church, and you sort of wonder, well, what are the headstones doing in all those places? The reality is, in a church with a small churchyard, and all those loyal parishioners that wanted to be buried there, when you were laid to rest in your church cemetery, you were not necessarily put there for all eternity. You were left for a respectable amount of time, at which time that plot was needed for the next parishioner, and you would be dug up, the bones removed, very nicely stored and respectfully stored.
Walking to this scary haunted house.
Now,
Is there a
I want
ghost?
you to pay attention.
Is there any ghosts
That
in
sort
there?
of square.
Clay.
There was no little girl on the floor. We had one gentleman who was in his late teens, and he had been taking dance lessons for many, many years. And he came one day to come to his dance studio upstairs. He got as far as that landing and stopped. He didn't know why he couldn't go further, but he couldn't. So he sat there, and he sat there for almost an hour. And he didn't know what was stopping him, but something was preventing him from coming up the stairs. So he stayed there for almost an hour, went out, withdrew from the dance classes, and never came back.
The wall is breaking. What? That's a notification. Nice.
That's great.
We're all gonna die tonight. Let's all die of poisoning.
Yeah.
Terrifying haunted building.